Welcome, friends and neighbors, to Songwriter in the House, and a very Happy New Year to all of our audience. Happy New Year to you, Slick.
Happy New Year to you, Worm.
This is a special edition, folks, of Songwriter in the House, and we have got some special guests today that you're absolutely going to love.
Going to love them.
I'm telling you, just to kind of to give you a little background, back in, I guess it was October, we had the Cherahela Skyway Festival.
We did.
Remember that, Slick?
Yes, I do.
I was fortunate enough to be the MC up there, but I met this group called Appalachian Smoke, Slick.
They're tremendous.
These guys are incredible. And to their credit, Joe Anderson Stakely, who's a good friend of ours, is also a big fan of theirs. And she's the one that turned me on to this group. And boy, is she right. So Joe, thank you so much for that. So next year, hopefully they'll be back up at the Cherahela Festival and you guys can see them live. These guys are incredible. Incredible musicians, but we're fortunate enough today to have two of the founding members of Appalachian Smoke with us, Slick, B.J. Taylor and Mikel Laws. Please welcome Mikel Laws and B.J. Taylor. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
All right, B.J., I'm going to start with you. You're the mandolin player and a singer, huh?
I'd pick a little bit and sang a lot smaller amount, but I do a lot of songwriting. But yeah, I think maybe I done on this last album I sung probably 2 or 3 songs.
Very good. Now you said you played just a little bit. I know better, buddy. I've seen you play. I've been around bluegrass pickers almost my whole life. You're pretty good, and I understand that you were about 12 when you started playing.
Yeah, somewhere around in there. I kind of picked up the mandolin by getting in trouble with my dad. I grew up around music, and Dad was always into wanting to learn all kinds of stuff. He played bass for the most part of my life, but he decided he wanted to learn how to play the mandolin, and he had bought one, or he had took one home from a pawn shop and pretty much threatened me if I ever went around it or mess with it that I'd get my hind end whooped. But he was gone in the garden one day, and I thought he was occupied for a while, and I decided I'd slip in there and get a hold of it and tinker around on it. And to my surprise, he was standing around the corner, and he said, "Hey, do that again." And I jumped out of my skin and kind of off from there.
You got busted.
Yeah.
But now you said I read somewhere in a bio that Bill Monroe was a big influence on you, as he was for a lot of mandolin players.
Yeah, absolutely. I was fortunate to grow up in a really rich area for music. I mean, whenever I'd wake up in the morning, I would hear a lot of Bill Lawson.
Oh yeah, Quicksilver.
He was really influenced by Bill Monroe a lot,
yeah.
But I guess whenever Dad reached out and found a guy down the road, his name was Bill Millsaps, and he was a lot like Bill stylistically, and so I got to take a couple lessons from him, and he's the one who put me on to Bill Monroe, and from there I was hooked. My style and my preference, I mean, I like them all equally. It's hard to pick a favorite, but as I, started learning new tunes, the directions changed, but they all center around Bill Monroe's style, I would say, for the most part.
I've got a great Bill Monroe story for you. Back in the 70s, okay. I was with a bluegrass group called Cedar Run. And we were playing at a bluegrass festival down in Screvens, Georgia. There's 50,000 people there. And we walked back in where the musicians' lounge is. And before we went on, we realized somebody told us that we went on just after Bill Monroe and just before the Osborne brothers. So we were sandwiched between two legends. Now, if that don't make you pucker up, nothing will.
That's for sure.
I'm telling you. Oh boy. So Mikel, let's talk to you for a second. You're the banjo player, huh?
Yeah, I try to.
I think you more than try.
Yeah, well, I play it mostly, and me and Jamie do some swapping out on different songs. but mostly banjo and a little bit of guitar.
That's what I understand. Now, how did you get started on the banjo? How old were you when you started?
So I was around probably 15 or 16, and I grew up in, like BJ, in a musical family. My dad, he always, just like BJ, had Dole Lawson on, and Bill Monroe, and Jimmy Martin, all those always in the house. Is bluegrass and gospel all the time. And my uncle, I hadn't really gained an interest in the music, really. I was just always present in my life. But I was about 15 or 16, and my uncle, one day, I was up at my papa's, and he told my papa he was thinking about getting a banjo. So we went out to the computer, and we got on YouTube and started listening to different banjos, and I fell in love with the sound. And I went home and I told Dad, I said, I want a banjo. And he said, are you sure this is something you're gonna stick with? And I said, yeah, I want one. And long story short, I ended up with one. And Dad, he showed me a roll or two and some chords on it, and I just God blessed me with the talent to learn by ear, and I just took off and watched a lot of my learning is from watching YouTube videos, and
Thank
just
God for
listening.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But the thing is, I didn't know that you could slow the videos down. So I'd sit there and I'd just repeat the video. I'd have to pause. I didn't know you could slow the playback speed, but that's how I got a lot of my learning. And but yeah,
Who's your biggest influence? Like an Earl Scruggs or somebody like that?
my first influence is Earl. Second to him would be Jim Mills. I hated his passing here recently, but he played with such power and drive, and with all that, he was still clean with his playing, and I really loved him. Then after him, is about the time me and BJ got together and started picking, and I started listening to Jason Davis and the Boxcars.
Oh, your Boxcars, yeah.
Allison, and so Jason Davis, Ron Stewart, and Ron Block is my other three that are big influences on me. So
that's cool. Now, did you two grow up near each other? I mean, have you known each other for a long time?
For a pretty good while. BJ was actually in a bluegrass gospel group with my dad for a pretty good while. I can't even remember what year that was, BJ.
2006 or 7, maybe.
Yeah,
it's been a minute.
It's been a minute or two.
Yeah, and BJ, he's got 10 years on me. So
okay. Well, now, what gave you guys the idea to start this group? Is that something you've always wanted to do, or is it something you said, hey, we like doing this, so let's get together?
Mikel started coming over to the house, and we was messing around with some recording equipment, and he was interested in some of the songs that I'd wrote. And he's like, man, I always wanted to write a song. I was like, well, why don't you just start?
Write one, yeah.
Yeah, just write one. And then we started working on some stuff here at the house together, and one thing led to another, and we started recording some stuff on my computer. Nothing professionally. We would do some covers, just trying to get familiar with it. And it's part of learning, recording yourself and playing back is one of the biggest things right now that I think anybody can benefit from, because you can have some good constructive criticism there. You can't hide from the recording, Who was the next person to come along when we were at the house? He's songwriting, and when we decided to start a band, was it Tim?
Yeah, Tim. He came along, and I think we had like a what started it was we had a pick at your house or something or another. Seth and Mark Cable, and I think one or two other people. But
Yeah.
I think that's where we three started working together. I think.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those jam sessions that just kind of just stayed consistent.
Oh, I love those though.
Yeah, organically happened, but yeah, it's been a blast ever since. The songwriting is the biggest drive in it for me, and I think it is Mikel too. Just the love of taking some kind of inspiration, whether it be a saying you hear throughout the day, something going on in your life that kind of gives you a good hook to ride around, you know. Every song that we've had, I think we've at some point bounced ideas off of each other with. But yeah.
And sometimes when you're writing these songs with someone like that, it's good to have somebody that doesn't have the problem saying, "Hey, that really stinks," or you need, or you need to go in this direction, because that's the kind of relationship Mike and I have. He'll send me something, I say, "Nah, you got to go this way," and vice versa. He'll do the same to me, and you got to have the good sense to listen to him, right?
Yeah, you sure do. You got to be able to take constructive criticism for sure.
Absolutely, because that's what it's all about. Well, tell me about these other guys. Now, I know you guys aren't all from the same area. Some of your members are from Georgia, even.
Living where I live, and I mean, Western North Carolina, you have to drive to get anywhere. Everywhere is a rural area. I mean, everywhere you go, they would come over to the house, and this was the meeting place, for a long time. And until somebody spoke up and said, "Hey, Jamie, he's our guitar / banjo player, and he sings a lot of lead for us. He lives in Murphy, just outside of Murphy, North Carolina."
Right.
So he lives about in the middle. Somebody said, "Well, why don't we meet up somewhere in Murphy? Because that would save Kenneth, who lives in Crandall, Georgia, and that saved him about an hour and a half of drive, and it's dead in the middle. Murphy is." So we started meeting up in Murphy and practicing there. Jamie has to drive maybe 2.5 minutes to practice, so he really likes it.
Where do you guys live?
So I live in Nantahala. I live, if you know where the Nantahala Outdoor Center is, you're almost to my. Yep, you just go up Silver Mine Road, right? I live about 2.5 miles up Silver Mine Road.
I live in Robbinsville, but I live about 20 minutes or so outside of Robbinsville. I'm sure you know where the Cherahela Skyway is.
Oh, yes, sir. Very familiar with it.
I live basically right at the foot of it. So I live on a community called Snowbird. I'm originally from outside of Bryson City, on a community called Lower Alarka, but we call it Larky. So
Larky.
Lower Larky. Yeah.
L.A.
L.A., Laura.
Hey, from L.A.
Well, let's talk about your music now, because I tell you what, when I heard you guys up at the Cherahela Festival in Tellico, you blew me away. You've got a big fan here in Mattisville, a lady by the name of Nell Jo Anderson Stakely. I don't know if you know Nell Jo, but she's a good friend of ours.
She's their buddy.
She told me and Mike about you guys a long time ago. She goes, "You got to hear these guys. They're unbelievable." And she was absolutely right. You blew me away. Let's talk about your music. Now, I know your first album that you guys did it yourself. There was no label on it. You just did it, right?
Yeah.
What was that album? Yeah. What was the name?
That was the Colder Side of Love.
Colder Side of Love.
Yeah, yep. 2022.
Well, I've listened to some of that music on there, like Carolina Calling Me, and I think, and the Colder Side of Love, that great song. Did you guys write those?
Yep.
Wow.
I think every one of those, besides In the Morning, that's an old public domain song, I think from,
yes.
Gosh, Michael, is that 1900 or clear.
Way,
It's
way
old
back before I was thought of, yeah.
Oh, it's just incredible, folks. Those of you who are listening and watching this out here, you've got to listen to this CD. It's "Colder Side of Love," Appalachian Smoke, and it's unbelievable. If you're into bluegrass music like we are, you will love this. Because you guys' your harmonies are like kinfolk harmony. You know what I'm talking about there? You can hear kinfolk harmony a mile away. You know those people are related when you hear it. And you guys sound like you're related. I mean, that's how good your harmonies are. How did you figure that out? I mean, how did you figure out you had that kind of harmony?
I would say, because we practice so much with it, and we've beat them songs over, just over and over and over and over, and we've done it so much. I guess, and we just got you. We know what each other's gonna do on a song and stuff like, and it just, I don't know, it just kind of works out. I guess I don't know. It's just like we've been around each other so long, and I don't know. We just kind of grow together like family. I guess I don't know.
I think that's what it is, because when the first time I heard you guys live, I was saying these guys are related. You have to be, because you can't. Kinfolk harmony is hard to beat. And you guys were doing it. You were knocking me out with that stuff.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
Now,
Thank you.
This new CD, then you guys signed with a record label. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the Colder Side of Love. Yeah, Colder Side of Love kind of, I think, got their attention a little bit. I think they watched us for about a year before they reached out to us.
And this is Mountain Fever Records, right? Yep.
Yeah. They reached out to us before we were signed and asked us to come to IBMA in Raleigh and play a showcase for their label, and that was an honor, because some of the biggest inspirations we've ever had, playing music has went through Mountain Fever Records, and we agreed to do it. We were scared to death. We weren't signed with the label, and we didn't know what to do or to expect, but we did it, and we thought it went pretty good. And
obviously,
I think, a few months later, we got to go up there and meet those folks, and sat down with Mr. Mark Hodges and Amanda Cook, and we ended up signing with them, and worked with them through this newest project that we have. Aaron Ramsey was our producer on this new project, and we wrote all the songs on this one too, all but one, which is the Dig a Little Deeper in the Storehouse.
Right.
But all original music as well.
Well, folks, we've got a video that we're going to play for you right now. So we're gonna take a few minutes here and play this video, folks, and we'll be right back to talk some more to BJ Taylor and Mikel Oz with Appalachian Smoke.
You swore that your love would always be flowing like a river, wild and free, on and on, like it's never gonna end. I believed you time and time again. Oh, but now my eyes are open wide. I'm sitting at the bottom 'cause the river has run dry. Your love leaves in due time like dew in the sunshine, like fall leaves. Oh, where could it be? Each changing season and no rhyme or reason, it'll come back, be gone again. There goes my heart again. Tell me why would you ever change your mind? You know a truer love you'll never find. I treated you just like the purest gold, but the bad outweighs the good with you untold. I saw you with with your man the other day, he'll find out the hard way your love will never stay. Your love leaves in due time like dew in the sunshine, like fall leaves. Oh, where could it be? Each changing season and no rhyme or reason, it'll come back, be gone again. There goes my heart again. There goes my heart
Sam Ash is now an official affiliate partner of our program, Songwriter in the House, right here on the Mike Anderson Productions YouTube channel, and we are certainly proud to have them. You can access the world's largest online inventory of musical instruments and gear with a heritage that goes back to 1924 and over 50,000 products on their website. Sam Ash is the place for all the instruments and accessories a musician could possibly ever need. They have a large selection of acoustic and electric guitars, basses, drums, amplifiers, keyboards, microphones, band and orchestral instruments, DJ gear and studio setups, electronics and recording software. Best of all, you'll be assured to receive the same knowledgeable service that Sam Ash has given its customers since their 125-year inception. That's a long time.
Long time, almost as old as we are.
Almost, but not quite.
Not quite.
Look for the Sam Ash Music link in the description below and help support this channel. Remember, when you make purchases using the link, it won't cost you anything extra, but you'll be helping keep this channel alive.
Amen,
right?
brother. Amen.
So samash.com, visit them today.
Well, guys, that was incredible. That was wonderful.
I wrote that one.
You wrote that one.
I did. It was just one day I was coming home from college one day. I was riding down the river road and I had this tune in my head, and it was something similar to what the chord progression is in the song. And I think the words came in my head in the chorus: "Your love leaves in due time like dew in the sunshine." I don't know. They just popped in my head like that. And so I got it wrote down there. And I went over to, I want to say I went over to Tim's one evening, and we sat down and I worked through it on the guitar. And like I busted the two verses out in no time. And it just kind of come together, and we got together and it worked out good.
You know, those kind of songs, they kind of write themselves, don't they?
Yeah. It was in the fall, because it says like the fall leaves, where could it be? And I was kind of going for like a happy feel in the song, but a heartbreak song.
Guys, what's in the future for Appalachian Smoke and you guys? Where you guys headed?
We got a few gigs coming up. In June, we're going to be in Wisconsin.
Wow.
Flat Rock. Yeah, that's a long way.
That's a long way from home. I wonder if they say y'all up there.
I doubt it.
You'll love their cheese curds, man. They got great cheese curds up there.
Oh,
Yeah, I've never been. I think the furthest I've been north from the house is probably when we went to up in Willis, Virginia, to the recording studio. That's furthest I've been. So it'll be a big eye opener for this old boy.
It'll be culture shock.
Yeah, it will.
So, what gigs are you got coming up soon? Anything over here on this side of the mountains?
Oh, we have Stokoe Valley Center coming up, and I think that one's in April, is it not, Michael?
I believe it's in August.
Okay.
Where is that? Where is that? What town is that in?
That's Stokoe, North Carolina. Stokoe.
Oh, Stokoe. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's a really beautiful theater. We've seen shows there on and off our whole lives, but it's a really, really cool theater. It's an honor to be able to get to play there, to have our own date there. But that one is the 16th of August. And I think tickets can be purchased already online for that one. But we'll be playing August 1st in Blue Ridge, Georgia.
Love Blue Ridge, Georgia.
Fun. Yeah, the Ridge Jam.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think here was the first year we got to play there this year. Russell Moore, Third Time Out was there. Junior Sisk was there. Retro 78. A bunch of great bands were there. And that was a big time. We're looking forward to playing that one again.
Don't blame you.
That one's August 1st in Blue Ridge, Georgia.
It has been an absolute honor talking to you guys, and I hope to see you guys again real soon.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having us on. It's been an honor, and just we're looking forward to seeing everybody this coming year, and it's exciting, and we're ready to make some more music and see where these new songs go. So.
Well, we're ready for you too. Trust me on that one. We are ready for you too. So, folks, I want to thank BJ and Michael for giving us their time here today. It was an honor having you guys on here. And I want to wish everybody out there in our audience a very, very happy New Year. And hope your New Year is blessed as ours is. So, guys, with that, I'm going to say goodnight, and we're going to head out of here. I'm John Byrum from Mike Anderson. This is Songwriter in the House. You guys take care.